In this video, we're going to be taking a look at my weekly-ish figure hunt. I was actually meant to get this video out ages ago, but then stuff kept coming out and I kept buying new stuff. But anyway, let's get right into it. So we're going to be taking a look at In's Point in Yamate, Hong Kong, and then two other random places. So first of all, In's Point. This is what it looks like. And in we go. Up the escalator. There are two floors packed with figures and other various toys and collector's goods. I also apologize for my poor camera work. Don't really want to get too many random people's faces on camera. As well as that, some of these stores don't really like you taking pictures or videos, so we gotta be a little bit low-key about it. First thing we see is a Lego store. Then there's a store with a bunch of random stuff. They have some prize figures and some bootleg stuff. You can usually tell by the price. There's a bootleg Chen. These little boxes are usually rented out, very similar to what you can find in Japan as well. Some more Lego stuff, which is fun to look at, but I probably wouldn't collect them myself, unless it was Nikke. This is the same store as the Lego one. They also have a bunch of SHF, Figma, and model kits. Prices are okay, a little bit expensive here. Here's some die-cast car stuff. Here's some SHF and Figma stuff, both new and old. And here's some new SHF stuff, with a pre-owned Harley Quinn. Here we go, up the broken escalator, lucky me. And we'll be going right. This store usually has some blind boxes, which are new, as well as some older figures and other stuff. This one here has more mainstream or Western media type stuff, more of those rent-a-box type stores. There's some random gacha stuff here for if you don't want to do gacha. Some Star Wars and superhero type stuff. A closer look at some of the boxes. A store with all kinds of stuff. There's an SHF rice shower, and a Kaiju number 8. Assorted Tomika stuff, which I have a few of myself. This store here usually has some good stuff, and for a decent price too. They usually put the new releases at the front here. There's a lot of SHF, Figma, and Androids. I think I bought my free run here. You can see the rice shower is already cheaper here, so it's important to shop around. And I also recently picked up Kaiju number 8's Kikuru Shinomiya, which I guess I'll do a review for later, maybe. Some more gacha capsule stuff, which they either offer as a set or individually. Lots and lots of prize figures. This store has a lot of gacha stuff, along with some 1/12-ish scale accessories. We got Tony Stark here, and Anakin if he were in Harry Potter. Here is a replica of my room. And here's Doctor Strange. Here's that newish Miku with a giant stage. And this store is where I bought Fiona. They offer a lot of 1/12 to 1/6 kind of figures and accessories from Chinese companies, as well as your more common stuff too. Unfortunately, this store is actually closed. Only its main store in a more remote location remains. I think they mentioned they'd reopen later though. Here's some cards and things, and more blind boxes. Even more cards. Oh look, it's Nikke. Some more gacha stuff. So unfortunately this store wasn't open. This is where I pre-ordered my Husky Succubus Fried. So this is footage from a different day, and as you can see, they generally also stock a bunch of stuff from Chinese companies as well as offer pre-orders. A lot of snail shell stuff. The prices aren't the best, but they actually do fluctuate. This store here has a whole bunch of Nandroid stuff, as well as some Figma and other statues. Usually prices aren't too bad here, but it does vary. They do have some overpriced stuff. This is where I got my Licorice Recoil Chisato. Couldn't really remember their names. There's a whole bunch of older Figma at the back. On the opposite side they have some more Figma as well as some SHF. This store here has a bunch of display and effect pieces. Pretty cool, but a bit extra for me. A bunch of random statues. Personally, I'm looking forward to the Figma Holo. More random stuff. This is actually a weekday, which is why it's so empty, just like my wallet. Die-cast car mods. More random stuff. Mostly Kamen Rider, I think. More box stores, of course. Some JoJo and older Figma. A little bit overpriced, I think. Especially that UMP9. some Ultraman and Kamen Rider stuff, and a whole bunch of loose Dragon Ball stuff. So that pretty much covers the second floor. Now down to the first floor. Lots of prize figures here. This store mainly has SHF stuff. Dragon Ball, Kamen Rider, and others. Even more SHF. This store has a whole bunch of loose Figma and 112 accessories and things. Mostly parts and clothing. Here's a bunch of Ichiban Kuji Lucky Draw stuff. I guess these are third-party Legos. Some more Lucky Draw stuff. Cultured statues. Very nice. Third-party Hunter x Hunter Lego. I always find this one really funny. Some of these stores only open later on in the day, like 4 to 6 PM. Gacha stuff. Bunny Girls. More prize figures. And Freerun and Nikke. So that's pretty much it for In's Point. But there's a few other places we have to go to. Going out of In's Point, turn left, and then left again. Follow the cute dog, and then the uncle. Opposite the fire department, we have Hobbyland. Now they really don't like cameras in here, so we're gonna be sneaky. Outside is fine though, of course. Pumpkin Princess. So this is where I got my Eileen as well as SHF Kita-san Black. I think both for decent prices. Second axe. Model kit things. And upstairs they have a lot of model kits. They have a bunch of Mecha Musume. And Gundam. So we're gonna head to the next place. W Plaza. Full of W's, am I right? To be honest, I don't really remember what I bought here. Well, up we go, burn some calories. Straight up to the third floor. There's not too much on the first and second floor. We got some car stuff once again. Now this store here usually has the newest things at decent prices. This is where I got my NH02, Nendroid Anise, and Aru. They have a whole bunch of Nendroid as well as different figures. Usually the prices are decent too. Stuff's kind of just spread out everywhere. And there's some cultured figures. They have a bunch of anime Nendroids on display, which are quite nice to look at. A whole bunch of Figma here. More cultured figures. Cars. Dragon Ball. Ultraman. Different store, but more Figma. Even more cars. And more Gundam. On to the last stop. Here we are at, Hoking Commercial Center. Up the escalator we go. So there's a bunch of games and stuff here as well. But if that's what you're looking for, probably better to go to Shamsho Po instead. Anyway, Pop-Up Parade. A bunch of Figma and Nendroid. So this is where I got my Racing Miku 2023 as well as Samurai. They're not always the cheapest, but they're generally one of the quickest stores to get new stuff. So that's pretty much part of my weekend. And a few places where I get some of my stuff. So generally I don't really like pre-ordering because sometimes it's quicker just to go to the store and pick it up myself. But if you want to guarantee something for a certain price, then of course it's better to pre-order. Anyway, here's more figure stuff. Thanks for watching, take care, have a good one, and I'll see you again next time.